Hello, welcome to the Toxic Optimist podcast. I'm Nick Dengler. This is Aaron Arslan, and here we unapologetically flip negatives into positives to inspire a cause for good. Aaron, how are we doing today?
Doing good. It's really hot outside, so I'm actually driving to the gym right now to go on my run. Got my
Nice,
45-minute run left for the week, so that's
sweet,
uh, that's what we're doing.
sweet. That's what I like to hear. Um, I have four questions for you to answer. Hopefully, we can get through
Okay.
them before you make it to the gym. First question. Well, let me just reframe the context here of where you're at in the training build-up. Week 6, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, I think we're go. Did we
I,
just finish week 6, or we're going into week 6?
I can't remember week 5 or week 6, but
I think we just finished
basically
week
it's
6.
okay. You just finished week 6.
Yeah.
This week's work was 3 times 32 minutes of zone 2, which is basically just conversational pace, volume, effort, just getting some volume in, and then you had that track workout, which I want to hear about, and then you'll have
Yep.
this 1 by 45 minute effort on the treadmill, which is quite the gift to have the opportunity to run on, given the
Yep.
heat. So first question is, out of this past week of running, what went well?
All right. Well, it went well. So I would say what went well is I. Let me think. I felt good on my normal runs, just the easier runs. I'll tell you what didn't go well. I
Mhm.
um I
Okay, that's
missed
my
one
second
of the
question. So we
32
just
minute
went.
runs. Yeah, let's
Oh.
go with that because I missed one of the 32-minute runs. I was, as you know from last week, I was just dead tired. Um, and so my legs were just feeling horrible. I was tired, and then it kind of snuck up on me. I had a lot of things that I just had to do and get situated on Friday because I had a flight back on Friday and I had to get some things situated. So I just didn't get to the run. Like I literally landed and got back home at 11 p.m. So uh, that was what didn't go well. Now on my first run, I did 40 minutes instead of 32 because I went with a buddy, and then the second run
Okay.
was 32 minutes, but feeling actually pretty horrible because it was just like I was tired, legs were fatigued, and it was in Denver at a hot point in the day, so didn't feel great, but I still got it in. Um, and then yeah, the third run, I was traveling, and literally the whole day I was just like not able to find time for it. I was running around the whole day, except not running the whole day. And
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, so I kind of also felt like my legs needed it going into the Saturday track workout so that I could have a more quality session. So
Mm-hmm.
some good, some bad, but you know, it was
Yeah.
it was one of those weeks. But we're going into the week 7. We're going to be looking good.
Okay. Fantastic. My third question was, what was ugly about the week? And I think you basically just answered that as well with answering what was bad about the week. So we got bad
Yeah.
and ugly and good um, out of the way. And then my fourth question for you is, I've given you a lot of coaching. Well, maybe it's a strong word. I've given you a lot of different things to do.
Yep.
Um, what do you think after 6 weeks? What do you think would be effective? What kind of changes for
Oh, effective
for you
changes
and
for
your
us.
personality? Yeah, for you, what would be effective for you going forward?
Hmm. I don't know. I really do like this style that we've got. You kind of just give
Okay,
me the chores, and then I get it done. I
nice.
think it's a really cool way to go about it. I'll have to think
Okay,
on that. It's probably a good thing that I don't really have an answer off the bat for you. Um,
I think so. I think so too.
yeah, Yeah,
because
I
long
don't really have
term,
a
I was just going to say long term, I don't want to coach you forever. I want to give
yeah
you the tools and kindle those in you and establish yourself as your own force.
yeah
So I think we're on our way to that. But yeah, as we go forward with this, I want to come back and check and just make sure that there aren't any tweaks that we can be making to help fit your lifestyle and your personality, your character as a runner
yeah
better. So
yeah. I
always,
think
the plan can always change. The plan is flexible.
yeah, I think I think it's really good for me because like the thing is, like you said, like once we're done with this, I need to be able to keep it up by myself. I need to be able to hold myself accountable. So by just being like, here's what you need to accomplish this week, kind of me being able to sit here and reflect on why I didn't finish all, you know, all five things. I missed a whole day, basically
Mm-hmm.
being able to sit here and reflect on why that happened or how I can change things or how I can structure the days differently and make sure that I can get that in because that's really important. I don't want to miss another one. But I kind of
Yeah,
like had to
yeah.
this time. So uh, just making it something where I need to self reflect and I need to just figure it out is pretty cool.
So, in the spirit of being a toxic optimist, I would say the good news here is that you got your first missed day out of the way. We got that
Yeah.
done and over with.
Yeah.
There's never in the history of humanity and history of marathon training ever been a perfect buildup. This is, always a work in progress. So, um, probably a sign that you are optimally challenging yourself. Because if you're at the shooting range, if you're at the gun range, and if you're hitting bullseye every single time, 100% of the
Yeah.
shots, then you're probably too close to the target, and you need to challenge yourself in a little bit of a different way. So,
Yep.
in a way, that's how I would flip that into a positive. Is it's probably optimally dosed. It's in a good dosage right now for you, where you're challenged enough, but not too much to see
Yeah,
progress.
I would say
So
so. And that week in general was quite the outlier. Like I had to go to
yeah,
Denver.
yeah,
I had to get my car ready to be sold. Um, and it just like I knew going into it would be hectic. And the fact that I got, uh, multiple quality sessions in while I was there cuz I during the Denver week, I mean I got there on the Friday, was still able to get my track workout in, get the 45-minute run in, get two of the three 32-minute runs in, and I just missed one. So overall, grand scheme of things, like
yeah.
I knew I was going into it really, really hectic, but I got the majority of my workouts in. Um, I'll tell you about the track workout yesterday if you want to hear. Uh,
Yeah, please,
so
please.
obviously on fatigue, tired legs. Because in addition to like having a hectic week, I was in Denver, so I like went out and I played pickleball and I did a few things with friends, some spike ball. So my legs were pretty overloaded, even though I did
Mm-hmm.
less workout, less running on the legs. Um, so going into to Saturday, that was the day after I got home from Denver. Again, pretty fatigued, slept in, woke up at about like 10 and got to the track at about 11. And by that point, it was probably 85 and sunny out. So it's pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, hit everything, right where it needed to be, except for, again, that mile got me. Like, everything was perfect with the 10 seconds
Mm-hmm.
less of rest. And then going into the mile, I hit the third lap at 442, I think. And then I
Mm-hmm.
finished the last lap in 92. So
Mm-hmm.
the positive that I got from that is I went through 3 laps feeling pretty rough, and I kicked it into the next gear for the fourth lap, and I came in at 6:12. Right? I think that's right. I'm think my math might be wrong,
Sorry,
but either
you're
way,
cutting
I
out a
came.
little bit. Did you say 6:12?
Yeah, so I came through at 6:12.
You're cutting out just a little bit. Okay. Okay.
It
Got it.
it yeah. Anyway, can you hear me? You got me a little bit. Okay. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, so the positive that I took from it was that I went through 3 laps a bit slower than I would have liked, and I came through the last lap. Last lap
Ah,
was almost
you
right back
lost
on
him.
pace where it should have been.
Oh no.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Check 1 2. Uh oh. Wait, I have to just call it here. Yeah. All right, and we're back. So to
All right.
wrap up, Aaron, wrap us up.
All right. So I think we were talking about the track workout.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, basically, so what happened was I went through all of the, you know, all of the track workout, got to the 1600, and then on the 1600, I did, my first 3 laps were a bit slow, a bit off pace, um, by about I think 12 seconds. But then I hit so that's pretty off pace. Like the
Mm-hmm.
first lap was 90 seconds, and then 12 seconds slow on the next 2 laps. So I
Mm-hmm.
was feeling rough. But then the silver lining, the one piece of that I kind of hang my hat on is I went into the last lap like let's fucking go, come on,
Nice.
uh, and finished in a 92. So
Nice.
it was a 92-second last lap.
Good.
So, you know, just being able to have that small level of success after feeling really rough, um, is it kind of gives me motivation for the next time where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you feel horrible. Well, cool. You already did one, right back on pace after feeling horrible. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was kind of the cap to the week, other than this 45-minute easy run.
Yep.
Um, and we'll go into the next week having, grown from it.
So next week, and I'll probably keep these 30. I'll keep them at 35 minutes. I'm going to bump it up from 32 to 35.
Okay.
Zone 2, easy pace essentially, and those are going to be your bread and butter, laying down the bricks. I call them bricks.
Yeah.
For your foundation, of course. So keeping those at 35 for probably a month, probably like 2 or 3 weeks at least at
Okay.
35 minutes. I want you to dial those in,
Yeah.
and then keeping the track workout the same, and then keeping the 45-minute run the same for now,
Cool.
because that'll be like halfway into July, and so now, yeah, the next like 3 weeks are going to be some really solid base building
Yeah.
conditioning, and then as you get closer to the competition phase, which we're
Yeah.
still a handful of months out from, we have time on our side with the
Yeah.
marathon in November, of course. We'll start getting more race specific stride outs, hill workouts, different track workouts, fartleks, longer runs, and hopefully we'll get some footage of that too to
Yeah.
throw together and make some fields of us running, or you running.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I like it.
Yeah, man.
I'm down to. I can start recording some workouts.
That'd be cool.
I'm happy to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Do it.
All right.
I
All right. I'll do that.
Sweet.
Stuff
That should
together.
be sweet. Yeah, even if it's just like one like little clip or a couple of clips here and there, I think that it'll help with the content being
Yeah.
enjoyable and help inspire some people. So that's the goal.
All right. Yeah, I'll do
All right,
that.
man. Fantastic.
Yeah. I'll. I guess I'll talk to you
In a
maybe
week.
next Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully next Sunday.
Yep.
Chat with you
If
then.
not before then.
Yep, sounds good.
All
Bye,
right.
Aaron.
All right. Later.
See ya.